which means that as a lesbian, you want to marry persons who are female, born female, and have same-sex relations with that individual. Are trans women of the same sex as you? Are they?
The woman that I'm dating?
Are trans women of the same sex as you?
No.
So they're not lesbian, because if a person born female is dating a person who is male, it would be opposite sex relations, not same sex relations. So you, as an individual, the rights that have been fought for, you are quite literally going against the literal thing that you have been trying to fight for in law. They never said same gender identity marriage. That wasn't it. There's one thing that somebody called it. It was same sex marriage. And you are completely erasing that in your attempt to support trans people. You are erasing what it means to be lesbian. At your own expense, by the way, as a lesbian yourself.
No, I'm not.
You are. Because you also don't know what a woman is.
I don't care. I think that's such a reductive. Hold on. Can I explain? I think this is such
You're a lesbian who doesn't care what a woman is? Did you seriously just say that to me in 25 with a serious face?
In this argument, can I explain myself, Nate? Do I get to speak now? Is this just you steamrolling?
You did this to be on your live video, so I don't want to hear about steamrolling. Well, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think that when we talk about trans people, that it's reductive to specifically only talk about the definition of woman. I listen to biologists talk to biologists about this, and it's very reductive to just talk about the definition. And it is a gotcha for you guys, because a lot of people understand that it's a complex issue, and to encompass all people, when you think it's a binary, when I don't think it's a binary, then of course, yes.
I'm not stipulating that it has to be a binary. You're straw manning. I didn't say that you have to believe it's a binary. Just give me a description of what a woman is. And also, it's not. Oh, thank you, Sean. Can I get a Sean in chat for the Galaxy? Sean. It's not reductive to ask a group of people who are saying trans women are women what a woman is. That is not.
Would it be genuine of me to not engage in a debate with you about a definition in which you're going to tear apart when I cannot accurately defend the position, because
tearing apart people's hold on.
I don't debate this topic.
Stop. Tearing apart people's positions and in critiquing them and finding inconsistencies is a prime part of debating. This is why, my love, you are not a debater. I'll explain it to you. You seem to think that because people find holes in what you're saying, people find holes in your arguments, that somehow means that something is wrong with us. No, that shows inconsistency on your end. If you have inconsistencies on your end, then you need to address it. This is the problem.
It's called a lack of knowledge, right? So if you're debating, right, Nate,
lack of knowledge is ignorance. You're admitting that you're ignorant. Lack of knowledge.
I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say it's complete ignorance. It's whenever you're trying to flesh out a debate, right? So I wouldn't be ignorant if I can't debate a Philbro on theism fully.
I am not a Philbro.
I'm not asking that. That's not what I'm saying. Just listen to the words I'm saying, Nate. What I'm saying is, whenever we talk about lesbians or trans people, if I want to accurately, as a cis person, accurately defend them, I want to have
calling yourself cis. You keep adding adjectives to nouns you can't define. You're a cis woman who doesn't know what a woman is. You hear how ridiculous you sound?
Do I get to finish my sentence?
No, because all you're doing is you're making yourself sound more and more stupid in an attempt to sound smart. You cannot call yourself a cis woman if you don't know what the noun woman means. Cis is an adjective, right?
I know what it is. I'm not going
what
to
does the adjective when you say cis woman, what is the adjective describing?
Nate, all you want to do is
when you say cis woman, what is the adjective describing?
That my gender matches my sex.
What part of speech is being described when you use the term cis in the phraseology cis woman?
I just said it.
The noun, hon. The noun woman. Everyone type noun in the chat.
You want me to give you a definition again? I told you I'm not going to define
the noun. So if you can't define the noun, you can't add the adjective to the noun. The noun must be defined first.
So again, I'm going to reiterate what I said as to why I'm not going to give you the definition of a woman, because that's not what I came up here to do.
Because you don't know.
No,
that's
because
fine. No, because you don't know.
Because I'm a genuine person.
If you're a genuine person, if a genuine lesbian would know what a woman is.
Can I explain
AG,
myself?
would you date a trans woman, AG? As a lesbian, would you date a trans woman as a lesbian? Yes or no?
If she hasn't had bottom surgery,
Bro,
first of all,
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Lesbian.
I'm done.
A lesbian.
That's it. I'm done.
This is my problem. Y'all will sit and call yourself allies. You ain't no rascal ally. You're not an ally. You're not even a lesbian. Oh my God. Skid, skirt, crash, boom. You people are so blinded by your allyship and blinded by your advocacy. You don't even see how you're erasing the very identity that you claim. Literally just had a lesbian admit that she would date a male. Yeah.
I don't even have words. It's absurd. Absurd.
What? You people are just, and she doesn't even know what a woman is. Have y'all ever heard of a lesbian who don't know what a woman is to date? Besides her.
Well, she won't answer the question because she knows that if she answers the question, she's going to be backed into a corner. Unbelievable.
And then these are the people with 50,000 followers and not a single thought behind those eyes. Not a single thought. She is erasing her own community at her own expense for the sake of men in dresses, cocks in frocks. That is what she's doing.
Installs.
Yep. That's what she's doing. Brain dead. Not a thought behind those eyes. And you know what she'll do? She will go live either right now or some other time, and she will still hold the same belief, knowing damn well she's attracted to both sexes.
You know what? I don't even think she is attracted to both sexes. I could guarantee you that she's only saying this because her whole entire community will outcast her. Outcast.
You know? You're
She
right.
knows what a woman is as a lesbian, but
You're
she
right.
can't say that she wouldn't date a trans woman because if her under her view, trans women are women, she'd have to date them because if she thinks that women are a social category, dating is social, trans women are women, so she couldn't exclude them from her social definition. So she'd have to say that she'd date them, even though she probably would never ever do that
You're
because she knows
correct.
what a woman is and she's not stupid.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's my take.
And that goes to show that this alphabet mafia, the whole Wi-Fi password y'all made up, is a cult. It's a fucking cult. What happened to the days where people were same-sex attracted, where people were dual-sex attracted, and nobody made a whole group out of it, and there wasn't all this, oh, we're in a group, we're in a community. The fuck? Why would I want a community surrounded on where I like to put my penis? I don't want that. I want to go back to the days, they call them the old school days. I want to go back to the days where we had the mentality that people can be same-sex attracted, people can be attracted to both sexes, people can be attracted to one sex or the other, and we leave people alone. Why can't it just be that? No, we have to include gender confusion. We have to include gender identity, even though we can't define it. We have to include trans people, even though trans people don't know what they are. People telling us to accept them for who they are when they couldn't accept what they were born as. And then have the nerve to be calling us transphobic. Nobody is transphobic. Nobody being transphobic to you. Go to the Middle East, go to all the other countries on the eastern side of the world, and there you will find transphobia.
You should play She Knows by J. Cole because she knows what a woman is.
I'm telling you, it just, people are strange humans. Anyways, I have to go in 10 minutes. My mom is home.
Hello?
Hi, can I get your age?
Hi, I'm 19.
Okay. And are trans women?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I
And
heard you saying that we do not experience womanhood as trans women. And like I can get why we can't-
hold on, stop for me, please.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the fake woman voice that you think is fooling everyone. We can feel the bass in your voice. There is no need to be talking like you're on a lot of helium. The bass in your voice is still there, even if you talk really soft, and even if you try to go, we can still hear the bass. Okay.
Okay.
So you're not fooling anyone. Women don't sound like this. Women don't
that's
sound
your
like
opinion.
women don't sound like men on helium.
That is your opinion.
So don't do that. And we don't need to hear the saliva moving around in your mouth when you're talking.
You're so childish. It's so
Okay.
funny.
Yeah, you're so mannish. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cry about it.
Cry about it. Tell me what a woman
Anyway.
is. No, hold on 1 second. You said trans woman.
A woman
tell-
is someone who identifies as a woman and experiences life as a woman. That's a woman. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all came right back up here with the circular reasoning. You cannot say a woman is a person who identifies as a woman. You are simply repeating the word. You are not communicating anything to me. You're just repeating the word. You're another ignorant man who is confused on what womanhood is, who doesn't even know what a woman is.
I do experience womanhood, though.
What is a woman?
I told you what a woman is.
Your definition was circular. Everyone type circular in the chat for Goofy right here. All you did was repeat the word. You didn't tell me anything.
Okay, well, if you don't see me as a woman, that's on you. But this is
You can't see yourself as a woman because you don't know what a woman is.
I already told you what a woman is.
Okay, if ask me to define any word.
Like, I think you're... No. There's a difference between being a female and being a woman. I hope you know that.
Okay, I'm sorry. The mic keeps dying. Hold on. Y'all, can y'all hear me? Sorry, might cut off for a second. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, right. So you still have the same problem. It is circular. You're just repeating the word. You cannot say a rock is a rock. You
I
don't
hear
echo. Should be fine. No? Everyone, can you hear?
They're good.
Yeah. You can't say a rock is a rock. You can't say a tree is a tree. You can't do those things. It makes it circular. You're not telling us anything. So no, you can't say that a woman is a person who identifies as a woman. That is not telling us anything. Let me ask the 728 people in here. How many people were taught at the elementary level that when defining a word, we do not repeat the word itself in the definition?
Me.
Very basic, very basic, fundamental English language. You don't repeat the word. Oh, Sean, can I get a vision for the galaxy? You don't repeat the word itself.
Okay, but like, you need to know that a woman is someone who identifies and lives as a woman regardless of the sex they were assigned
And
at
it
birth.
feels circular.
Okay,
You don't
well,
know what a
you
woman
asked
is.
my
What is the word? What
definition,
does
and
the
that's my
word woman mean?
definition.
What does the word woman mean? He asked you 5 different ways. You're a woman. You should know.
Okay. An adult human whose
One more word.
gender identity
You almost
is
had
a
it.
female regardless of the sex they were assigned at birth.
Okay, so a person who identifies as female regardless of their sex. Let's read from all the woke dictionaries. What does it mean to identify as female?
It means identifying as a woman, basically.
Gone right back around the circle again. Can't say a woman is a person who identifies as female and female means woman. Please circle again. Elaborate on what it means to identify as female. Really quickly, do you know what it means to identify something, sir?
Can you not call me sir? I'm a ma'am.
I've heard I'm a man. And
That's what I thought. Yeah, me too.
So anyways, do you know what it means to identify something? Everyone type sir in the chat.
Yeah, I know.
I have no respect for men like yourself who think that this is okay. To just sit up here and just reduce womanhood.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, well then if you don't give a fuck, I can call you sir. So sir,
Okay, you can't keep telling me that.
okay, yeah. What does it mean to identify?
You're not paying my bills anyway.
Okay, yes, I'm sure the OnlyFans.
No, but I want to ask you a question, actually.
No, I'm not answering any of your questions. Thank you, Ton. Can I get W Ton?
Okay, then what do you want to ask me?
What does it mean to identify as female?
It means